over the past couple of weeks, I've had an increasing number of potential buyers say that they're going to put their search on hold and sit out of the market for a year or so and wait for prices to come down before they end up doing anything. So, my question is, what makes you think prices are going to come down? Hi, this is Andrew with the Andrew Smith team at eXp Realty. And I'd like to start off by saying I'm not recording this video today to try and convince you that prices are going to keep going up, con- convince you that this is going to happen in the market or that is going to happen in the market. Anyone that actually knows me knows that I'm not going to try and convince you of anything. I don't try and convince people. What I do is a lot of research. I know my numbers inside and out. And so when I make these videos, I'm just sharing the insights that I have. I'm sharing the research that I've done with you so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. Because ultimately, that's the only thing that matters. And that's what's most important. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at pricing. Let's take a look at where we're at. And home prices are something that we've actually talked a lot about, the past month or so. So, have prices been going up quickly? Yeah, they've been going up really fast. There's bidding wars on virtually every single property. The dollar figures that are being bid over and above the list price are crazy. They're insane. I've been doing this nearly 20 years and I haven't seen anything quite like it. And it's not just in one area. You've seen sections of it, segments of it in different markets before, but not across the whole country as we're experiencing right now. Talking to somebody this morning in Minnesota, exactly the same thing. My business associate in Arizona, Phoenix market, exactly the same thing. Southern California, where my team also operates, exactly the same thing as what we're seeing here in North Texas. So it's not a localized situation, it's widespread, it's national. So, with that in mind, when we start looking at trying to determine, make a forecast, make a projection on what home prices are going to do, the idea behind are they going to come down? Um, where's that come from? Based on what? Right now, I get it that last time we saw prices go up rapidly, 2004, 5, and 6, was followed by a crash. But the crash was caused by a collapse in the mortgage industry that doesn't exist today, number one. The other thing is, right now, I think it's more important to take a look at why are prices going up? In order to know if prices are going to come down, we really have to have a solid understanding of why they're going up in the first place. And unlike before, right now, it's supply and demand. It's simple supply and demand. It's the most basic economic model there is that involves pricing of anything, right? So let's look at it. Supply. Let's look at supply. I wrote a blog a couple weeks ago, which I'll link to below, that really examines the supply issue. We have been underbuilt for 13 years in a row in this country. This supply problem we saw. I actually went back and looked at some old videos and some old blog posts I did. I have one from 2011 talking about the fact that at some point in the future, we're going to have a massive supply problem if everything keeps moving the way it has. And here we are with a massive supply problem. So we're very, very underbuilt, right? That has been exacerbated by the fact that the resale market didn't really happen last year, right? A lot of people that normally would have put their homes up for sale didn't. COVID hit, and who wanted someone that was potentially sick wandering through their house? Everything with regards to sellers got put on hold. So home sellers didn't list their homes. Now you get into the point where if they do list their homes, where are they going to go? There's nothing to buy. So if I sell my home, what happens? I end up homeless. What am I going to do? Right? So you've got those dynamics in the marketplace right now that are something that we haven't dealt with to this extent, to this level before. Normally, every year, we start to see inventory go up. It starts at inventory hits a low point around about December, and then it starts to climb. This time at the end of March, go back to that, at the end of March last year, there were about 1.3 million homes for sale in the United States. March of this year, we've got 900,000. So we're 400,000 short on a national level, right? Month over month, as we've started this year, inventory isn't really growing. And it's definitely not growing to the extent that it's making a huge dent in the supply shortfall. All right. So you've got inventory that's been fairly stagnant. Now, saying that, we are seeing an increase in listings, right? So I'm seeing it here in Frisco and Prosper. Listings are up. We're starting to see more listings. 2 months in a row, we've had month over month gains in the number of listings. Same in Southern California, not quite as much, but you are seeing a little bit of an uptick in listings. When we look at total inventory, month supply, in Frisco and Prosper, we've been running at about 2 weeks for a while. That's gone up. Now in Prosper, we've got 3 weeks. Okay, is it a huge deal? No, but it's more than we had. In Frisco, we're almost at a month supply, which is about where we're at in Southern California as well. Right, so inventory is ticking up ever so slightly. But on the flip side of that, let's look at demand. Demand is also up, right? So when you go back and you look at the National Association of Home Builders, they do surveys every year in order to try and gauge how many people are thinking of moving. In Q1 2020, so just over a year ago, about 10% of all of those surveyed were planning on making a move in 2020. In Q1 of 2021, that number had increased to 16% of all people that were surveyed or plan on making a move. So demand is naturally going up. Millennials are entering the home buying space. They're at prime home buying age. And let's face it, our definition of home has changed. COVID's redefined things. Some companies are not going back, right? Working remotely is more of something that's going to stay. Am I saying that we're always going to work remotely? No, I'm not saying that at all. But there's a lot more flexibility than there used to be. So people are now being able to move further from the actual workplace, even out of state in many cases, and still keep their same job. So we've got so many different dynamics at play here. But right now, bottom line is, why are prices going up? Supply is really low, demand is really high. What do I personally think is going to happen with home prices? Do I think they're going to correct and come down? No, I don't. Do I think the pace of appreciation we've got going now can continue? No, I don't. It's crazy. I think we will start to see some balance come back. Of all of the experts surveyed and the economists out there, the vast majority believe that we are going to start to see increased inventory levels in the second half of this year. That's going to ease some of the pressure. Although mortgage rates did drop again over the last couple of weeks, they are forecast to keep moving up. Do I think that's going to be a drastic increase? No. But the expectations are that they'll reach about 3.75%. Okay, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Chairman Powell, he recently just announced that the Fed is not going to change their monetary policy with regards to interest rates or with regard to the amount of mortgage backed securities that the government is currently buying until they see substantial improvements month over month and quarter over quarter in the overall economy. So, considering that safety net, if you like, is still there, I don't think we're going to see any major changes. Does that mean that we're not going to see headwinds going forward? Absolutely. We're printing money like it's going out of style. That can't continue, right? So there are some variables out there, but for right now, I don't think anything's going to change, right? So if you've sold your home and you're going to rent for a year or two, is that the best option? I don't know. Again, the best option is whatever the best option is for you and your family. So hopefully sharing this information with you helps provide some insights. If you've got any specific questions about anything I've brought up today or your situation in general, please feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to talk through your given situation and share whatever insights and information I have so that you can make the best decision for you.